Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. That's right. Here we are again for another episode of Chatting with Mike and Torya.
Don't forget, and another episode of the Nightly Rant.
That's right. We're putting this in two places tonight, aren't we?
Apparently so. That is what we discussed anyway.
So the Nightly Rant people are getting a free bonus.
Pretty much.
And then...
It is a special occasion after all.
Yes, because it's the launch of the Zoo Media Network.
Woo.
So now what needs to happen is this is going to get put out there for free, this episode. But normally we'd be in the friends tier, right?
I actually think Chatting with Mike and Torya is in the family tier.
Family tier? Okay, family tier. You're right. I think it is a family tier. But you can
it's got to be family to hear us talk like
but
this.
But you can easily see what that is on the little side of the site there. And, you know, we have like $1, a $5, and a $10. And those are the normal 3 levels. And then we have a $20 sponsor level. So, yeah, $30 sponsor level. My bad. We got a $30 sponsor level that if you want to get your business on our show in kind of like a little done live for you commercial, you pay that fee and you'll get mentioned in at least one show each day, I think is what it is. We can confirm all that for you.
We definitely put those details on the site, so you'll be able to find them there.
Yes. Give me that look.
And how do we find the site exactly?
You go to iamzoo.com. So iamzoo.com.
Oh yeah, I am Zoo.
It's gonna be a blast. So, talking about things that are gonna be a blast, you know what's gonna be all over the news tomorrow, right?
And probably wafting down almost every street in California.
That's right. Recreational marijuana will be officially legal in this state.
In 6 hours. Well, 5 hours and 55 minutes, actually.
Right, but the shops only got legal right to open at 7 a.m. So it will actually be 13 hours from now. But that's all you're going to hear on the news because it's going to be this huge influx of cash. And This is why I'm thanking God that, like, in a year, this Jerry Brown will be hasta la bye-bye.
Because he's going to do what? Just waste all the cash?
Yes, that's what he always does. Useless piece of shit. But then, you got all these people, marijuana, they can still drive, and that's not good. It should be illegal like it is for drinking. Well, hello. It's illegal to smoke any marijuana in the car.
Yep.
Whether you're a passenger or the driver.
So definitely illegal.
And you are not allowed to drive while under the influence of marijuana, or you will go to jail just like you will for DUI.
Exactly.
So, there you go, naysayers. There's the protections that they put in place. So
everybody take 6 breaths. It's going to be illegal to do while you drive. It's going to be illegal for people to walk down the street smoking the marijuana.
Yep.
So, everybody calm down. It's going to be okay.
Yep, the world's not coming to an end.
I mean, I feel like for the first week of January, there will be an increase in pot smells in residential neighborhoods. Sure. But that's probably about it. I think it'll dissipate.
What was the other law we wanted to talk about?
Well, there was a couple of them.
Okay, what's the next one after marijuana?
Well, there's a new law going into effect for Uber drivers. where they're cutting the legal limit for their blood alcohol in half. So they have
also, it's going down to 0.04?
Yeah, instead of 0.08.
0.08, yeah. 0.08 is the legal limit. Which
kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're driving another human being, I, as the other human being and not ever the driver, would expect my friggin' Uber driver to be sober.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be.
I would think that Uber would require 0.0.
Yeah. Like, I would think that... I don't know. I don't really know. Well, but I would think... So. But I would... Exactly. I don't pay much attention to that. But when I think about it, you're right. If I was Uber, the president of Uber or the people making the decisions at Uber, I'd be worrying about, okay, that's great that California has, put in this stiff penalty and, et cetera, but they didn't even go far enough. We're going to make it 0.0. You cannot have alcohol in your system and drive.
Yeah, I think it should be 0.0. But
yeah, because I don't think you should be drinking at all and driving really me around.
Impaired at 0.04. I mean,
yeah, I don't think so.
That is less than one whole drink for most people.
But I have seen, like, on Live PD, which, by the way, there's a nice monthly show, the Best of Live PD, on the Zoo Media Network. At imzoo.com. Yogi says you should definitely go subscribe.
Yogi.
Yes. So what I've seen on Live PD is I've seen them talk to a guy and he's like at a 0.06.
Yeah.
And they tell him, you might want to call someone to help you get home.
Right.
Shh, it's okay, Yogi. And that tells you something. That tells you something, like how close to the tipping point you are at 0.04.
0.08 is...
You're impaired.
2 drinks for an average
you're
height
impaired.
And weight person.
Yeah, and you're impaired at that point, for sure.
Right. Like 90% of people are impaired at 0.08. Okay.
For sure.
So that means that 0.04 is about 1 drink for an average build person.
Right.
If you're only... Okay. Why have 1 drink and then go out in Uber? Like, what? Why?
Exactly.
Don't do it.
Why bother? Like, don't have to drink.
You're an idiot if you're driving for Uber and you've had a drink. And I don't care if that offends anybody. You're a fucking idiot.
I agree with you, though. But I agree with you on that. 100%. 100%. That's why I say I don't think they're going far enough on that one.
Right.
That's just dumb. And I think that they need to continue to be tough. So, what do you think about that? And think they're right to be... They should be tougher?
I think it should be 0.
So you agree?
Yes.
0.0.
I know that the drinking laws, drinking and driving in Canada, or in Alberta, sorry, because it's different no matter which province. But in Alberta, it's 0.07 is the regular number. And I know for people under 25, it's 0. So they messed around with the law that way. I don't feel like there should be 2 different numbers. Who wants to remember 2 different numbers? It's pretty easy to remember 0.08 and 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why make you remember 0.08 and 0.04? I mean...
Yeah.
But again, you're just an idiot if you drink and then drive for Uber.
Yeah.
You're just asking for trouble.
Well, yeah. And and since we're talking about Uber in that manner, and Lyft, you're also an idiot that if you've been drinking at all and you can't sit and wait it out a little bit, like you have to get home, then Uber or Lyft. Don't drive your car, because you know what? You might not be impaired, but if you're at 0.04, it's possible you could be, because it's going to depend also, like if you have a really bad head cold or something. Well, you already are impaired by the head cold because you're foggy and you can't think straight. Then you drink a glass of alcohol, and suddenly that on top of the other fogginess, it can make you impaired.
Now, what I wonder is if this law applies to anybody with Uber and Lyft stickers ever on their car, or if they have to actively have a passenger.
It says they have to have a passenger in their car.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. I think eventually, coming soon, they're going to have to do what taxis do.
Which is?
They're going to have some kind of a light or something that they turn on their vehicle.
Lyft already does.
To show, well, Lyft has been doing that slowly.
Well, yeah,
they've
integrated it in.
Yeah, but they don't make
but it's really cool.
Drivers do it.
Where it shows pink when you're like showing a... Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
But eventually they're going to need to do that because for them to enforce that law, can you imagine the crazy crap we would have to go through if we get pulled over and I have the Lyft sticker on the back and you're in the car with me? Well, now we have to play the game of, well, do they really know each other or not?
Yeah, but I feel like also they'll play it based off of how the passenger's acting. If the passenger's acting like I would in the car, I'd be like, no, I know this guy. We live together. Come on now. But if the passenger's going, are you kidding me? You got pulled over driving me to work? What's wrong with you? Ah! Then it's probably they have an active passenger.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, now I read that something about it's no longer a felony if you knowingly transmit AIDS to another human being.
Now, what the fuck is that? Seriously. I can't even tell you how angry that made me the first time I read it like 6 months ago.
It's offensive.
Seriously. It's offensive. Like, okay, so you are HIV positive, whatever. You have AIDS. You want to have sex with people. I feel like you should have to tell them. Like, hey, there's a risk here that you don't have with other people.
This goes back to things we've talked about on the Nightly Rant. You know, about how I believe in personal liberty as like the ruling factor of your behavior in public.
Right.
And that means I think about what other people's inconveniences will be before I inconvenience them.
Right.
And I think this is no different.
Now, assault is a felony. And I feel like it's assault to knowingly give somebody something like AIDS.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's no different than coming at them with a knife. If you hit them, that means they get it. If you miss, it means they didn't.
But granted, it's no longer a death sentence.
But
it's still a thing you will have for the rest of your life that will affect your quality of life.
Right. It's wrong. And I don't, there's no way that I could possibly justify any kind of logic for being supportive of this particular new law. There's no way. There's no way. Because
it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's just dumb. Because to me, that's a huge violation of my personal rights. That you're able to do whatever, your privacy is more important than my comfort of life.
Now let me tell you, if somebody did that to somebody that I care about or me, they wouldn't be alive long enough to go to prison afterwards. Because that is just a horrendous thing to do to another person.
Well, I agree with you.
And I understand that accidents happen. Maybe you didn't know that you have it. That's a completely different scenario. But if you know, freaking tell people.
Yep. I mean, it's no different than you're carrying around a gun. It's mind-boggling.
It makes me irate.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. And I can't even think of a justification for it at all. Can't.
I feel like it should be classified with sexual assault.
I agree.
If that situation where the guy removing the condom while he's having sex with the woman is classified under sexual assault,
then this
should be classified under sexual assault. Seriously.
Yeah, like that can't get can't get any more easy to figure out than that.
I didn't know that was going into effect on January 1st until I was looking at that list of things earlier or today. I thought it was already in effect, and I remember ranting about it the first time. It pissed me off so much.
This is true. So you got any more to say about that stuff?
No. I could probably rant for like 4 hours, but it would be the
it's
same
New Year's
thing over
Eve.
And over again. Yes, it is.
And, why don't you tell them what's happening tomorrow, since I already did at the beginning? What's happening on New Year's Day, my love?
I don't know. You already talked about the exciting thing happening tomorrow.
And I'm asking you to talk about it as well. I even said, how about you talk about what's happening tomorrow? You know, the thing that I talked about at the beginning of the show. Now it's your turn to talk about it. Don't give me dirty looks.
There's one show in particular that I'm super excited about coming out in your new launch of IamZoo.com.
Which one is that?
The pets one. Zoo TV.
Zoo TV?
Yes.
So why are you excited about Zoo TV?
Because I love our zoo. They're the greatest. I mean, we could, spoiler alert, there's a great video coming of our super fat cat playing super rambunctiously with her brand spanking new laser pointer.
Yep, that's true.
And she's super fat, and it's super funny. I mean, just imagine a whale-sized cat leaping gracefully into the air after a tiny red dot.
Which she knows, and the funny part is she knows where the red dot originates from.
Yep.
But she can't understand what the red dot is.
When she hears the laser pointer come out of its basket, both her and Olive, both female cats, look at me, and then they stare at me until they hear the click that the button makes, and then they're immediately looking on the floor to find out where it is. Like, they know I'm doing it.
Right. And then Parker's funny because he has no clue where it's coming from, but he does know that they're never gonna catch it. Somehow he has figured out not to even bother, unless like once in a while he can't resist and he'll try to bite at it. That little guy thinks his teeth can solve every problem.
Do you know how I think he learned that it's something he'll never catch? He bit the coffee table.
That's funny.
Like, he just wrapped his little teeth around the leg of the coffee table, and I think that's how he learned. That probably hurt just a little bit. Probably not as much as his electrocution.
Poor little guy.
But it probably hurt.
That little guy, he needs to control his little mouth, man.
His mouth gets him in trouble.
His mouth gets him in trouble, and he's a sweet little guy.
Well, then last night I'm laying here, and you fell asleep on the couch.
That did not happen.
Watching the end of whatever we were watching.
That did
and
not happen.
Yes, it did. The cat wanders up, and he's like rubbing his face on the couch, and he's rubbing his face on the coffee table, and he's rubbing his face on my phone charger cord. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't just rub his face, he wraps his teeth around my phone charger cord.
He did that on purpose.
I'm going to end him.
Sneaky. He did that on purpose. But then how can I believe that happened? Because the first part didn't happen. Me falling asleep. Bunch of crap.
If only the people listening could hear how hard my eyes just rolled at you.
They did. They heard it.
It was like, funk.
They heard it. So, that's the three of them. They think, they've got their little play toy thing, and she's excited for that show.
Demon cats.
I'm actually kind of excited because, baseball season's coming up.
Is it?
Yep. And, you know what team I like, right?
Do I?
I think you do.
Is it the Angels?
Hell no. Give me a break.
Is it the Blue Jays?
Those devils. No, it's not the Blue Jays either.
I'm confused.
But you're getting closer.
Actually, I jumped to the other side of the country.
Roger Dodgers. It's the Dodgers, you knucklehead.
I didn't know that about you.
We're only wearing Dodger hats in our nightly rant logo.
Well, shit.
I mean, got you there.
Well,
Anyway, there's a new show I'm excited to be able to do, and it's just going to be called Dodgers Discussion, and it's going to be, news and views about the Dodgers.
Why didn't I know you have a baseball one, and you have a football one.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there no hockey one? We like hockey in this house.
We can figure out how to get one done. Huh. We can figure that out.
All you lovely people listening should let us know if you'd be interested in a hockey one.
Yeah,
because if you're interested, we'll make it happen.
We can easily make it happen. I mean,
you can listen to us argue about who the best hockey team is, because it's really the only sport we argue about.
We're always willing to add shows if you're interested. That's one of the cool things about this kind of a network. You know, when you have HBO, you just have to consume whatever product they give you. But when you have, TZM, right? The Zoo Media, yeah. Yeah, ZMN.
Yeah. ZMN.
I'm sorry, I am getting acronyms.
It's all new. It's all new.
You know, when you have HBO, you have to consume their product. But when you have ZMN, you tell us what you like and what you don't like, and we shuffle things around and we make it happen. A lot of times that means we're not necessarily going to take a show out. We'll just add a show. Because there could be people that like that show that's going to get taken out. And if there's even one person that's enjoying it, I think that one person should be allowed to enjoy it.
Well, of course.
I mean, who cares, you know? But we'll hopefully see you over there. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to release this as a nightly rant episode as well, is that we wanted you guys to know about jumping over that wall, and you can get in there as low as $1, and you get what I think we said 8 shows for $1.
8 shows for the $1 plus the freebies, and there are a couple of great freebies.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this: as far as the freebies go, they've been going back for a few months now. The freebies,
yeah.
So there's gonna be a big chunk of content that you're gonna get for $1 a month. And, you know, you're not going to even notice the $1 missing. It's not like your rent is going to be short by $1 or your car payment is going to be short by $1. I mean, come on. What will be short is you won't go to McDonald's and get a soda. There you go. You just saved $1 for the whole month just by skipping McDonald's once. There you go. I mean, put it into context, man. And then by subscribing, you're helping us do what we like to do.
It's true.
So.
It's true. It's very true.
I think, I also, you know what I want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Roger.
I think you should talk about Roger.
So, Roger is a very young Rottweiler, and he's owned by our friends Rich and Sarah. And when Roger came to them, he had some serious health issues. But they, kind of nursed him through it, and he's been getting better and getting better and getting better. And then they noticed like he was having difficulty breathing or something, and so they brought him in to the doctor. And the doctor said he had congestive heart failure. He had water, filling up there. And so they gave him some medication to kind of drain that out. And that helped quite a bit. But in doing all the testing to follow up afterwards, they found out that they believe he at some point got hit by a car. And in the healing process, lost a lot of blood. And for whatever reason, his body did not replenish that blood like it should.
Right.
And so he needs a blood transfusion.
So is there a belief that this blood transfusion is going to fix the problem? Or is it going to be something he's going to need multiple times?
Their belief is that it will fix the problem. That the body will start functioning, like normal. Huh. But he will die if he doesn't get the blood transfusion.
But we've definitely set up a GoFundMe for this little guy. Well, he's not so little. He's a big guy with a big face.
Yeah.
So.
And that'll be, and guys, that'll be in the link to that'll be in the comments below the audio file. Okay. So the little description of what the episode is about, that's always going to be there. Right in there will be the link to the GoFundMe. So. That goes for those of you who see it as a nightly rant. We have the website, thenightlyrant.wordpress.com. and it will take you over there for the time being until we switch everything over to yogispodcastnetwork.com. But for now, that's where you go. Nightly Rant, thenightly.wordpress.com. And there's the shows right there. And in there's like descriptions of what the show is about. And it will have the link to the GoFundMe. So please, it'd be awesome if you could help out. Again, there you go. Second dollar that you give away. If 5,000, if 2,000 people each gave $1, they'd be at their goal.
Yep.
At this point, they would exceed their goal if that happened.
Definitely.
So, please consider, because this dog is such a sweetheart, such a sweet dog.
He's so cute. And like the second you walk in the door, his back legs are a little bit weird, right?
They're shaky.
So the second you walk in the door, he's got this really funny walk, and he's like galloping across his own feet to get to you. And then he's like licking you, and he's leaning on you, and he wants you to play with him, and you have to pet him.
Yeah, he's such a sweet boy. I can't even say it enough. It's amazing what a good boy he is. But those are the major issues that I wanted to talk about on this, our New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Goodbye, 2017.
I don't think I'm really going to miss 2017 all that much. Except, like I said, I think it's one of my top 2 years.
I think that 2018 is going to be a damn good year. I think we're going to do some amazing things in 2018.
I tend to agree with you, my love. I think it will be an amazing year. But, well...
Either way, we're going to put out a crap load of amazing content in the year 2018.
That's right.
We've got it all scheduled out already, so...
Yeah, we got a year's worth of content already scheduled.
Stay freaking
So that's
tuned,
another reason why, but that's another reason why adding another show is no big deal for me, because I just have to schedule that show and decide where it should fit. And actually, at this point, I think you and I have already done the hard work. We've gotten the main content kind of spread out through the month. Now we just have to take a good hard look. Okay, someone wants this show. Where can we stick this show? And how often can we even pull off this show?
Right.
And then we go ahead and we schedule it as reasonable. You'll kind of get a gist for what things are more difficult than others by the pricing level that they hit.
Well, and how personal they are.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we get good and vulgar and really personal on our Chatting with Mike and Torya. That's why it's a bit higher level.
Right. Like tonight is very tame compared to normal.
Come on now. I only dropped one F-bomb tonight. That's not just very tame. That's extremely tame.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But it's, that's very tame. That's extremely tame. But, there's one other show, though, that I just thought of that's on the network that I'm looking forward to.
Which one is
and
that?
And that's the... what did I call that show? Crap.
Which one?
Oh, the Binge Report. Yeah, I knew it had the word binge in it. And that's about, binge watching things on Hulu or Netflix or, DVR or on demand, for example.
We just finished Parenthood.
Yeah, what was it, 6 seasons?
6 seasons of Parenthood. I'd watch it again. I'll add it to my rotation of shows I watch on repeat. Now we've started watching Grace and Frankie.
It's a good, mellow show, Parenthood.
It's not bad.
It's solid. Predictable, but solid.
It has its moments where it causes the feels. I always appreciate a show with some good quality feels.
Yep. I agree. So now we picked this Netflix original called Grace and Frankie.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hilarious.
And just so you guys know, little tip. It's going to be this will be in the Binge Report, but a little tip from us is 3 strikes you're out. Don't waste time watching shows that you don't really like.
You mean like that Mary and Jane show that was produced by Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, 3 strikes and you're out.
That show was awful.
It never gets any better after 3. It just doesn't. If you've gone through 3 episodes and it just doesn't ring well with you, You need to get out. It's not going to get better and appeal to you.
It's only happened twice that we've hated the first episode of a show and it's made a turnaround to being decent. And that's Smilf and the donut one.
Yeah.
Superior Donuts.
Superior Donuts. Yep, you're right. Those are the only two. The only two.
They went from being utter crap to being decently funny.
Yeah.
Smilf has its moments where it's really funny.
Yes.
But it also has its moments where it's really crappy.
Yeah. But, well, and then that other one that we haven't watched in a while, I can't remember what it's called now. Something for You.
Which one?
It's the one with the woman and the man, and they're separated, and they're both doing their thing. And we said we can't watch that when midgets are around.
The bubblegum one that you were watching on Netflix?
Yeah.
That show's horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't even understand why we watch that. It's awful. The acting is awful. The humor is awful. But it's like watching a plane crash. You have to watch as it comes all the way down from the sky.
And that's the thing.
You can't look away 10 feet above the ground.
And that's the thing with that show. It sucks me right in.
It's a train wreck. It's awful.
Yeah.
Train wreck, plane crash, all in one pile.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree with you at all. Not at all. But anyway, so those are the exciting things coming, and we want to thank you guys for being here with us and helping inspire us to do these kind of creative things. And step out of our comfort zone a little bit.
If it weren't for all of our great subscribers and listeners, we wouldn't make any more content. Like, what would be the point?
Exactly, and it's pushed both of us a little bit out of our comfort zone, some more than others.
You took my comfort zone nest, and you put on a big boot, and you kicked me right out of it.
Yeah, and
Not
look
even
at
pushed. You kicked.
And look at how well you're doing.
Forcefully.
But look how well you're doing.
Fascist.
It's great how well you're doing.
Giant
I'm
fascist.
Super proud of you.
Huge, enormous fascist.
Enough fascists.
Dog cuddling fascist.
I love my doggy. My doggy's really cuddled up to me, too. He's in love with his daddy.
He's a demon.
He's my little boy.
He's just happy he had a big dinner.
Yeah, his tummy feels good. Huh, Yogi? Your tummy feels good, huh? Your tummy feels so good. He's such a good boy. Him and the chubby cat. I just saw the chubby cat go by.
Him away.
Not him, her.
Yeah, she's waddling around.
The biggest animal in the house.
She's enormous.
The biggest member of the zoo. What is her name?
Ozzy.
Ozzy is, first of all, not a girl, although he acts like one half the time. And he's definitely not the biggest animal in the house.
He's the biggest ass.
That would be...
Pretty girl.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty girl. She is queen of the zoo.
No, she's not. She's just the biggest. It doesn't make her the queen. Olive's the queen. We all know it.
We love Olive, too. So... What was that?
That was my phone vibrating on the top of a stack of pillows.
Your phone is doing vibratos. That scared the poo out of me. So, you got anything else you want to say before we wish everybody a happy new year?
Other than wishing everybody a happy new year? Nope.
All right, well, I'm Mike.
And I'm apparently Torya.
And we do both Chatting with Mike and Torya and
The Nightly Rant
on a regular basis. One's available on the Zoo Media Network, and the other one is available at
iTunes and Google Play.
Yes, on Yogi's Podcast Network. Yep. So 2018 is going to be huge, people. So from us to you,
it's going to be
bigly, hugely. Biggest anyone's ever seen.
Bigly. Dumbest word of the year.
Do you know that this is the biggest year anyone's ever seen? You know why? Because 2018 is bigger than 2017. It's higher. Next year will be bigger than this year, and then the year after that will be bigger than that. That's how it works. Anyway, so from us to you, Happy New Year. Hasta la bye-bye. Hey, this is Mike, and I just wanted to tell you that if you enjoyed the show, and I truly hope you did, you can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play and not miss a single episode. But if you happened to miss an episode and you didn't find it on Google Play or iTunes for some reason, you could go to our website, which is thenightly.rant.wordpress.com.